Happy video day, guys. So for today's video, we're going to be doing virtual window shopping. So we're going to go over all of the brand new makeup releases that have been releasing lately. I know I haven't done a video like this one in quite a while, and I think it's just because there's just been so many releases, things that maybe I'm not so interested in. Doing a whole video about things that I'm not interested in was just not interesting, I guess. So today's video, we're gonna actually go over some of the stuff. I'm gonna be telling you guys my thoughts on it. I do feel like lately a lot of the new releases have not been really like calling to me like sometimes they usually do. So but yeah, we're gonna get into everything, and let's go ahead and let's talk about some new makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up Trend Mood on my phone, and I'm gonna go over some of these brand new things. Now, one thing just got announced right now, so this one's actually pretty exciting because this is something new, something different, and it's from Lawless. Well, it's different for Lawless, but I don't know. I don't know how much I like this, but it's called the Bio Glitter eyeshadow, and it's $14. So it looks like it's a pressed glitter eyeshadow, and it's a soft eyeshadow, and it's going to come in two different shades from Lawless. So this is going to be part of like their holiday collection. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like the Colourpop Super Shock shadows. I mean, that's what it looks like in the photograph. I don't know if I need a product like this. Like, looking at it, it just looks like a small eyeshadow of just one color, and it just has a little bit of glitteriness to it, and it does come in two pretty shades. But I don't know, for $14 right now, I'm just like, okay, so this is another palette that just got announced as well from Juvia's place. This is the La Mariposa eyeshadow palette for $15. So looking at it straight away does not attract my attention. I don't know if it's just like the colors are not calling to me, and it's probably that. Looking at the palette, it's like I feel like I'm not going to use all these colors together. This is going to be like an add-on palette to me. It's cute. It has 3 glittery shades in it. Maybe I'm kind of getting over glitter, which is really weird because usually things that are like shiny and stuff, they always attract my attention. But for some reason, this one is just not attracting my attention. I think it's also that it looks very summer. It looks very summer. All I want right now is for outside to get cold and for it to actually feel like winter. So maybe that's what it is. Like, this is calling to me like summertime, and I just want it to get cold. All right, so here we go. Here's another one. So this is from Ulta. So this is from a brand called Kiko Milano. Now, I've gotten something from this brand before. I got a mascara, I think it was. I don't know if I loved it. I think I didn't love it that much. So these are actually eyeshadow palettes that look like highlighters. I actually thought that they were highlighter palettes, and it's called the Gorgeous Eyeshadow Palettes for $12. It comes with 5 shades in matte, metallic, and sparkly. They're cute. I honestly think that they look more like a highlighter palette than they look like an eyeshadow palette, so I don't know if I would actually want to buy it. The blushes that are coming out in this collection actually look pretty nice, and I love myself a good drugstore brand blush. I just think that they're just really good, you know? So I'm interested in the blushes. Other than that, to be honest, like, this entire collection is pretty, but it's nothing that's really calling to me. I like the packaging of the eyeshadows, and I do feel like there's a highlighter palette. There is a highlighter palette here. The highlighter palette reminds me a little bit of like an hourglass look. It's cute, but I don't know. Are you guys excited for this? So this is going to be available at Ulta, and it's actually available right now. So Urban Decay is releasing some mini eyeshadow palettes, and there's going to be a few of them. So there's the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So these are different eyeshadow palettes based off of, I guess, you know, like the decades or whatever. So they're mini shadow palettes. They're $25, and looking at them, they're cute. I almost feel like out of all of them, my favorite is the 2000s and maybe the 90s or the 70s. So, I mean, they're kind of interesting. They're kind of interesting. For $25 each, it's not a bad price, to be honest. So that one actually has me a little bit like I want to look into it. Maybe I'll do a Make Up Your Mind on it. Would you guys want to see a Make Up Your Mind on this one? Tell me if there's any eyeshadow palette in here you want to see a Make Up Your Mind on. I think that would help me out because I gotta get to my Make Up Your Minds. Like, I haven't done one, and I feel like it's been ages, and it really hasn't, but it feels like ages. So then there's also the Smashbox Always On Eye Creams for $22. Now, this does not interest me at all. Now, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. They came out with a lot of them, and I don't like eye creams. Maybe that's what it is. Like, for me, a cream shadow is just like not something that I tend to use very often, and also I feel like they go bad fast. So I don't know. They're just not interesting to me. I mean, I like the way that they laid them out in the picture, but I'm not interested. Okay, so now Violet Voss also released a 12 shade mix of vivid pops of colors eyeshadow palette. And what is it called? It's called the Tie-Dye palette. It's not very pretty. So it's $36. I'm not feeling this one at all. Like, this literally looks like a rainbow. But not like a rainbow that I want to put on my eyes. Like a rainbow that I want to, like, not put on my eyes. Okay, so now this is another really cute one. I was considering doing a Make Up Your Mind on these as well. So these are the Too Faced mini palettes. So they're going to be, I believe there's 4 of them. Yeah, there's 4 of them. And they're actually kind of cute. So I'm looking at them, and honestly, the Lights My Fire reminds me so much of one from Colourpop that I feel like I could just probably pull it out and do a Make Up Your Mind on that one. And then the Kitties Likes to Scratch reminds me a little bit of the Soft Glam. Like I feel like these are giving me like vibes of palettes I already own. I think I might do a Make Up Your Mind on this one because even though I really like these minis and I think they're cute and they're only, how much? $27? Okay, so here we go. So now from Urban Decay, we have a Tinted Glow. So it's a long-wearing, hydrating, medium coverage looking glow. So this is a tinted moisturizer that's supposed to give you a glowy skin. It's $29 and it's coming in 12 shades. Looking at it straight away, I'm like thinking, okay, I'm interested in this. You guys know I like to do a Tinted Tuesday, try out new tinted moisturizers. So I'm thinking it looks interesting. I like a glowy one. I do feel like I found some good ones. And of course, at the end of the year, I'm going to be telling you guys which one I've picked as my favorite so far for the year. But maybe I'll try one more. Maybe I'll try one more. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I try this one? Are you guys interested in seeing if this one works any good? I want to know from you guys. Leave me that comment down below. Okay, so what is going on with all of these really, really like rainbow colored palettes? What's going on here? Like, did I miss something? I don't remember anybody saying like this type of color scheme was going to be in for the fall or for the winter. But this is the Fade into Hue palette. It's $23.80. You get 30 shades, literally rainbow. This is rainbow. It's pretty. It has a lot of nice shades in it. Like I would say like this to me would be like one of those palettes that if you want to have like these fun shades, you buy a palette like this, you just put it aside and you just, you know, dip into it if you want these fun colors. I just personally just don't want it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like anti-color right now. I think I'm anti-color. Like I said, I just want it to be winter. Okay, so Viseart has announced this neutral tones eyeshadow palette. It's called the Purple and Neutral Tones. It's the Liaison extension. So this is the Violett 12 shades with mattes, shimmers, and dual chromes. I'm looking at this one, and this one's actually really pretty. I do like all the shades of purple in here. You could probably come out with a very, very pretty eye look. Do I think it's something that I'm gonna go out and buy? I probably am not. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I like the purples in here and I do think that they are gonna come out with a pretty look. And if you like these type of purples, this may be a nice palette. However, I like for things to lean a little bit more plum than I like for them to go purple. And looking at the hues in here, I know that this is gonna go very purple. I love the mattes that they blended with these, but I just want, for me, I would like it to be a little bit more plum and a little bit less purple. All right, guys, so now we go on to a KKW Beauty palette. So I was looking at this one, and honestly, when I first saw it, I kind of got a little interested in it, but then it just reminded me so much of my new palette from Natasha Denona, the Glam palette. Like, I love the way that these smoky colors look with browns. I think it's like the right way to really do a nice smoky eye to smoke out with browns. So the concept of this palette is beautiful. I love the color scheme. I think it's really pretty, and I think for somebody who doesn't have like a lot of colors in their collection, this might be like an awesome smoky palette for you. It's $45. I think mainly for that reason is why I'm probably not going to add it to my collection, because I just don't feel like I need it, but I do think it's pretty. It's also one that I wouldn't mind doing a Make Up Your Mind on, because I do think that I have very similar tones to this one, so we'll see. All right, so this was another one that kind of came up and it just kind of like skipped my radar. So this is from Wayne Goss, and this is his new Holiday 2020 palette. Honestly, guys, this palette just really is not speaking to me either. I don't love the mixture of colors for me. I feel like some of the tones in here look like they're pretty fair looking, and then there's that deepening shade. It's just not, I don't know. It's just not for me either. Like, that's why I feel like lately it's like a lot of these palettes that have come out, I'm like, I'm not like super into them. So that's why it's kind of been a little bit on the boring side for me lately. Now, I will say that I think that Laura Lee Los Angeles, their new launch, the Cutie Patootie 2, this one looks really pretty. I love the color combinations in here. I really think that it's a really pretty palette. Like, I just feel like I could get a lot of use out of this palette. I don't think I really need it. It's kind of like on my wish list. Like, I have it like sitting there like, should I buy you? Should I not buy you? But I actually think this one's very pretty. This one actually called my attention and I went, ooh, I think I can get use out of this one. So that is one that I'm interested in, and it's $36. I think that's a pretty decent price as well, especially for the size of the palette. So that one I'm on board with. I think it's very, very pretty. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up, but I do really like it. Okay, so then there was also this launch that came out from Haus Labs. That's the Lady Gaga brand. There's Everyday, Fantasy, Sunset, and Pay. It comes with 4 different shadows in each one of these mini palettes, and they're $24 each. Honestly, I was looking at all of them and none of them really stood out to me either. So I feel like it's such a bummer. Is this like a bummer video? Like, this seems like a bummer video. But like, I was looking at them and I was trying to find one that I would say like, ooh, I really like that. Like, I want that. Like, that would be a fun video, or even to do a make up your mind on. Like, I was looking for one and none of them really called to me. I don't love the packaging on them either, at least from what I'm seeing in the photograph. Like, it just looks, I don't know. It doesn't really look like that exciting to me. So I don't know. That one was another one that was a little bit of a bummer for me. So that's like a lot of the new releases that came out recently. And as you guys can see, I don't feel like any of them are really gonna come home with me. I don't feel like any of them I really need or like I really want. Right now is like the push product time, you know? Like, they're just like throwing the products at you and say like, do you want any of these? How about these? How about these? You know? And none of them are really like thrilling me. What do you guys think? Am I alone in this? I want to know from you guys, any of these that you guys like. Also, which one do you guys want me to do make up your mind on? I'm going to start working on one now. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I should rename this like anti-haul. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.